Well, I can still listen to KSI thick of it, so one, probably you, and two, I'm blaming you for having me listen to that test. Hey, now, hang on just a minute. I would never subject you to such torture. This was entirely of your own making. Okay, so the long drive crashed, and OBS reported a... We're so back. That's one way to put it. Long drive crashed, and OBS reported an encoding error, which means my GPU went kaput. So, as if we did not yet have enough proof that my 3070 is defective and does not work, we cannot play Enter the Gungeon, we cannot play Run Gun Jump Gun, and apparently I cannot play the long drive. But I can play Helldivers too. Makes total sense. Man, we had a baller setup, huh? Helldivers killed your GPU, to be honest. That is the most undemocratic thing you've ever said. That's unacceptable behavior. I will be reporting you to my higher-ups as soon as possible. It's very undemocratic of you. So, interesting. Interesting. So some things work and some things don't, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. I vote you don't report me. Well, considering you're the only active chatter since I rebooted the stream, I think you're in the majority. So I guess you win. Well done. Well played. Unless Runtum or Roy are going to pop up and prove you wrong, but I don't think so. Hey, on the plus side, everyone gets double notified that I'm streaming. Ay. God damn it, YouTube. Interesting. So yeah, my GPU is very dead, and that makes me very sad because I don't have the money for a new one right now. I'll figure that out. Because I'm planning, eventually, hopefully soon, at this point sooner rather than later, Rebay. I'm picking up a used RTX 3080 Ti. Listen, it'd be funny if you react to an entire series on stream, to be honest, something super copyrighted. So it'd be funny if I got myself banned. No, it doesn't sound super funny to me, man. I don't know. You can appeal. I can. I don't know how strong that appeal will be if I'm just streaming the whole copyrighted series. Oh my gosh. Um, let's see. I'm planning on getting one of these. It was $500 when last I checked, and we're still looking at 500 to 530, it looks like. Yeah, so I'm gonna get one of these guys. Last time it was an MSI one. Comes in a Zotac Gaming 4070 Ti box. I wonder what he upgraded to. Why would you go from a 3080? Oh, this is a 3080, not Ti. My bad. Okay. Why would you go from a 3080 to a 4070 Ti? Why would you do that? I disagree with this decision, but whatever, my dude. You do you. I guess you just got money to burn or something. I don't know. Oh man, maybe that $500 3080 Ti was a fluke. Here's one from Dell. And then here's one. $600. Okay, it's 100 more than I wanted. Oh, this one has a water block on it, though. I'm not water cooling my GPU. Thank you very much. Wow, someone doesn't like my vote. Dictator type shit. Back to Arstotzka with you. I defended Arstotzka like a good, loyal citizen. So I'm already there. Thank you very much. Unreal, but could you imagine telling a dictator that they're on some dictator type shit? I mean, hey, we're gonna get there soon. Give it 20 years. Language is changing. I don't like it. I'm a boomer. I'm all, math is math. Why would they change math? Except I'm like that about literature and language and everything. Well, here's a Zotac 3080 Ti and a very crappy picture. Used when excellent condition. Blah, 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 blah. Stuff I copy-pasted. Cool. So it's gone up from 500 to 600. That's super freaking lame. Probably because of the artificial shortages by NVIDIA on the new shit. But by the time I'm looking for a 3080 Ti, the 9070, 9070 XT, and probably 5070 and 5070 Ti will be out. So prices on 3080 Ti's should be dropping. But that's what I'm looking for. 3080 Ti for ideally $500, but if it was 600, I'd probably take a 7800 XT. So I'm looking at 500 for a 3080 Ti. If it goes up to 600, I'll pick up a 7800 XT instead. Or a 7900 GRE used if I can get it for that price. But yeah, it looks like I'll be needing that sooner rather than later because, my god, there appear to be more things my GPU cannot play than can play. Alright, what's going on in the world? Lots of politics on the front page. What's going on Reddit? I see more politics and some Mass Effect and more politics and the 5090 being a piece of shit GPU with a piece of shit connector that NVIDIA made up. More. Oh. Well, this isn't political, but chilling map reveals where 75% of the US population could perish in event of a nuclear attack. Interesting. That is, I'm not going to look too hard into that. What the fuck is this? Tesla Cybertruck spotted in the wild, wrapped in a Ford F-150 skin. Ew! This legitimately looks like Halo graphics right here. Halo Combat Evolved graphics right there. Everyone was saying that's what the Cybertruck looks like. This is it. Where you've got the real textures of real trucks just slapped on a low polygon model. This looks like a PS1 or PS2 type truck right here. This looks straight out of 2002. They chose the worst two cars. Ew, dude, I fucking hate trucks. The amount of pickup trucks that I have to drive around in the city where no one is using them for anything that a truck is needed for, and it's all purely for the aesthetic and to be a truck person. And all of them have their bright white LEDs illuminating my whole cabin and blinding me and giving me a headache. Truck drivers are the worst. This is somehow an insult to Ford. I don't know how, but it is. This is awful. I hate everything about this. It's funny, though. Am I the asshole? Me and my partner constantly laugh because why buy a truck if you're not going to use it? I don't get it. So, the two most common types of truckers I see are pickup trucks that people have converted into like low riding pickup trucks, which means it can't go over the smallest bump. They like bang the bottom of the cabin on a speed bump. That's not what a truck is for. So it's useless as a truck. Or they raised the axles on the pickup truck, which makes the axles so fragile that if you went off-road, it would just snap. You would break your axles, which means it can't be used for pickup truck things. So it's useless as a pickup truck. Why did you buy a pickup truck? It's so expensive. It guzzles so much gas. Often they need higher tier gas that is more expensive. Why? And everyone's obsessed with their, I'm a truck driver, I'm a truck girl, I'm a truck man, it makes me manly and tough and stop it. Stop it. They're super expensive for no reason because you don't need one, so it's a waste of money. They're terrible for the environment in general. They're way less efficient than smaller cars. Usually they're much less comfortable because they sacrifice a lot of luxury for practicality. Stop buying the trucks. Stop buying them. You're all blinding me with your headlights up at the roof level of my sedan with your white LEDs filling my whole cabin. So I'm like trying to duck between my rear view mirror and my left rear view and my back rear view. And I'm like trying to get my head somewhere in between so I'm not completely blind. Stop. Stop it. I don't even have an astigmatism and I cannot see shit. Stop buying trucks. Truck rant over. I should update the stream information. Nah, fuck it. I don't care. Am I the asshole? Okay. I'll see. Let's see what's on here. What's hot? Am I the asshole for kicking a pregnant woman out of her seat? Am I the asshole for wearing my wrist brace at work while my coworker has a broken wrist? What the fuck? Am I the asshole for planning to be angry at a surprise MLM that I'm being guilt-tripped to go on? Wait. What? Planning to be angry at a surprise MLM that I'm being guilt-tripped to go on. Which MLM are we talking about? There are a few. My wife has been guilt-tripped by our neighbor to go to something called Cooking Show, and I had no idea what this was, but after research I learned it basically a demonstration to sell us super expensive cookware. And what I mean expensive, I don't mean $100 stuff for like $1,000 cheese grater, pots and pans, and the upwards of $10K. On the prospect of that, it supposedly helps reduce autism and diabetes or something. I like these neighbors, but I felt betrayed on why they would invite us to this. I have asked others, and it's basically being stuck hearing this for possibly 3+ hours. I work hard on my weekdays, and doing this on Saturday makes me pissed. And I know I don't have to go, but my wife is pressured to go as she wants to be polite, so I gotta go because my wife is telling me to. So I told her I'm gonna be shoe grumpy going into this, and she told me that's unreasonable. Learn to say no. You don't owe your neighbors anything. You don't have to go to this MLM event because you were invited. If your wife feels pressure to do it, she can just say no. She's an adult woman and should just say no. Say no. It's not impolite to say no. There's a difference between niceness and kindness. Say no. You don't have to say yes to everything. All right. Not the asshole. Don't go. And if you and your wife don't have multiple thousands of dollars to spend on snake oil, you should also insist that your wife does not go. Play the reverse card on her. If she goes, she's in massive trouble with you, especially if she buys something. Going to this demonstration is not a matter of politeness. Your neighbors are assholes for trying to sell this bullshit to anyone, let alone people they have a relationship with. Yeah, their neighbors are scamming people. Why are you being polite to them? That'd be like me being polite to a scalper. I'm sooner to throw him down a drain pipe so that he can meet a clown down there and never come out. Not the asshole. Please don't let her be guilt-tripped into going. She needs to tell them that her budget is farberware rather than high-end cookware, and that when she wants to donate to diabetes research or autism, she will make a direct cash donation to those charities. Yeah. It sounds like that company is running a scam like the NFL does with breast cancer and makes only a tiny donation relative to their revenue. You could be a little obnoxious and ask about the percentage of sales that goes to charity. One of the women in my office years ago got involved in Mary Kay. She invited me for a makeover. I told her that I don't wear makeup due to my job. It gets in the way of the protective equipment, and wasn't interested in learning about it. She never asked me again. Oh, it doesn't sound like a penny of this goes to charity or research. What they mean by reduced diabetes and autism is that by cooking with their extremely overpriced crap, it will cure those diseases and conditions, which we all know are caused by ongoing use of spin wheel cooking oil. It's pure greedy scam, and neither of them should be supporting this bullshit. Yeah. Sounds like they're making illegal medical claims to me. Yes, sir. This cheese grater prevents autism. Yes, yes, yes. Very interesting. Okay, that one's stupid. Grow up, man. I don't mean this in a mean way. I mean this in a genuine way. Grow up. Say no. You can say no. It's okay. My hair is driving me crazy. Sorry, I keep messing with it. There we go. Nope. Never mind. Ignore it. This one seems stupid. Kicking a woman out of her seat. Interesting. Am I the asshole for refusing to put up a fence in my front garden? No. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. Would I be the asshole? I hope my boyfriend's mom just stopped using my disability as an example of how good of a mother she is. Oh, that's... No. You would not. I don't need the context on that. Oy. Am I the asshole for wanting to still play video games after being married? Excuse me? Some of the people who posted this Reddit should just not. It unironically is just like you're not actually asking if you're not the asshole. You just want attention. 100%. I think the majority of these are people who are obviously not the asshole, but they just want some confirmation bias. They just want some ego boosting. And then the minority in this subreddit are just completely fake bullshit made up stories where people are basically just practicing their creative writing skills. And then maybe 1% of them are like actually honest, real posts. But it's fun, I guess. I recently moved to Germany to be with my husband. From where? Important context. How far is that? Were you in Europe? Or were you in the US? Hence, I've left everything I didn't need or couldn't bring, which of course included my gaming PC. My husband knows I've been to game. God, stop yelling! Huh. Sorry, don't mind that. My husband knows I've been into gaming ever since. However, recently he has made me feel the need to move on from it. His point of view. Gaming does not help us in the future. I kind of understand what he's saying, because literally it won't help us financially or whatever. Yes, it will. It literally will. If gaming makes you happy, that's helping you. If gaming makes you calm, that's helping you. If gaming is how you relieve stress, that's helping you. If gaming is helping you pass the time in a productive and neurally stimulating way, that is helping you. So, nope, he's wrong. Am I the asshole for dropping my child down the stairs on purpose? 36M. Don't worry, they'll twist it in a way where it was the kid's fault. My point of view. I barely speak German. And why did you move to Germany? Why do people do this so early? Okay. If you want to get married, which she said, I moved to Germany to be with my husband. Were you married before you came to Germany? So you don't speak the language and you just moved across the world to be with this man in his home country, the language of which you do not speak. How long have you been married? And why did you get married so fast? Because I don't need to know how long you've been married to know that you were married too quick. Because you should know the language of the country you're moving to. It puts you at a insane disadvantage. For one, to be moving from your home country into someone else's home country, and for two, to be unable to speak the language. You are now solely dependent on him, and even if he is a good person, that is not good. Codependency is a bad. So maybe be able to be independent. Just my 2 cents. Anyway, I'm reading way too much into that first sentence. The weather here is shit. Fine, fair enough. And gaming makes me feel less homesick. That's super valid. This has been my hobby ever since, and I enjoy doing it. Period. That's it. I've settled for playing on my Mac. Ugh. Sorry. It just died from cringe for a second. Until it wouldn't charge anymore. Hence, I found the perfect opportunity to replace it with a new rig. But my husband again is saying, how can this help us? It helps you, and that should be enough for him. If this isn't a financial issue for you, then he should just be happy for you. Not a big deal. Bet this guy plays golf and thinks it counts as business. Hold on, I think you've read something I haven't, because that feels like it needs context. People who are anti their partner gaming has always been wild to me. So common too. 100%. Sports, that's okay. Playing sports, cool. Sitting on your butt watching sports, that's great. Throwing a tantrum and breaking your TV because of sports, totally normal. Loving cars, spending thousands of dollars on stupid car purchases like raising the axles on your Ford F-150 and replacing the headlights with bright white LEDs. Totally normal and acceptable behavior. Gaming? What is wrong with you, you child? Stop wasting money. I have not read anything further. If he plays golf, that'd be wild for me. Let's see. I doubt it. He's in Germany. I don't know how big golf is there. What I don't understand. Does everything we do in life have to help us? Nope. Can't we entertain the thought that people have hobbies and other interests? Yes. Can't we accept the fact that although we are married, we are still two different individuals? Yes, but I think you missed the mark on that already. Who have separate hobbies and interests? Absolutely. I wanted to buy the rig and not tell him and just come home with it, but I wanted to include him in the process. So I told him I wanted to, and instead did not get the emotional support or validation I was hoping for. So now I am upset. That is super valid. Also, what a normal human partner desire to want to share that with your partner. That nothing wrong with that. And it's upsetting that she did not get the support she wanted. He has hobbies and interests too, but I have done nothing but cheer him on and support him. My mentality is, life is too short to not enjoy the little things that make you happy. When I tell him how I feel, he brushes me off, saying he does not want to argue with a 10-year-old. Divorce. It needs to be destigmatized, especially for women. It really needs to be destigmatized. Because that is not what I'm assuming around 30-year-old married man says to his wife. So she is both stupid and financially irresponsible, and now she's a child? Why are you married? Why did you encourage her to move across the world to be with you? Buddy. I love him, and despite it all, I know he loves me, just not the way I need to be loved, I guess. Yeah, you're coming to that conclusion a little late, hon. Oh, in addition to this, he has a PC! Man, fuck this guy. When I asked him for the password, he said he gave it to me before. I don't remember. That's why I asked. And he doesn't give it directly. What the fuck do you mean? She's your wife! Give her the password to your fucking PC. What are you hiding? What? thus making me feel like he just doesn't want to let me borrow it. He also says I should just play with the PS5, but I'm not a console gamer. I don't enjoy it, hence it makes me feel like that is a waste of time. Am I the asshole for wanting to play video games as a married woman? Should I just make my life about being a wife and a future mom? I need to fly to Germany and strangle somebody now. Edit for the recurring questions. Another body count to Germany. Wild. Yeah, well. We're evening the scales a little bit. It's okay. I am 30, female. My last job before getting laid off was for a gaming company. A pretty big one, too. Then how can she not be a gamer? What? I've been working the last 10 years after finishing my master's degree in different industries as a marketing professional, so I have a bit of money saved up prior to moving. Plus, my parents are okay. We are comfortable in my home country. I finished learning German formally till B1, A1, A2, and B1. Well, you should probably learn B2. But I will say my Germany is a strong A2 and the beginner B1 at best. My SO is German, 30, male. I am Southeast Asian. We have been in a relationship for 5 years and I recently just moved to DE this January. I currently do not have work since I just moved. I practice my German when I go to the supermarket or with my husband's family. I watch TV series that are in Dutch and indulge myself in German memes even though I don't understand half of them, so I am trying and not locking myself up. I'm not asking him to pay for my rig. I have money to buy my own. I am, for one, including him in this decision, since I don't ever want to feel blindsided even though this is my money. What I want was a bit of support and validation from him and for me to go enjoy my hobby. This sounds like one of the sweetest people. So they were in a relationship for 5 years before she moved across the world to be with him, which isn't bad. So they're both 30 years old. She worked for a video game company for 10 years. She has a master's degree as a marketing professional. And this man does not want her to play video games, but has his own PC, does not want to give her the password to his PC, and says that told her he doesn't want to argue with a 10-year-old. She needs an SOS, to be honest. Where's the edit? We got divorced. Honestly. And she's doing her best to learn German every day. Even German memes, which are culturally relevant and won't make any sense to her. This is fucking sad. Divorce. This is not a good man. What hobbies does he have that will help you in the future? It sounds like he's being super controlling, assuming that you aren't glued to the game all day. In my opinion, this is a bad direction to take it. Possibly he has many hobbies that will help them. That doesn't mean that both partners must agree to only have such hobbies. A better question is, why must I be limited by your rules? Yes, sir. Not the asshole. I've had friends, significant others into gaming that it hurt. I've had friends so into gaming, oh, not SO, that it hurt their relationships, but a healthy amount of gaming is fine. Not every hobby has to help us. It's a hobby. Not everything has to be pragmatic. I don't really understand this whole dynamic. He wants you to participate in hobbies that help you, but he's fine with you playing on your Mac or the PS5. But then he won't give you the password to his PC and won't let you get your own? That's weird and inconsistent. Sounds to me like he just doesn't want you to have a PC. Oh, she was saying, I'm sorry if it was incomplete. I've been into gaming since Dota 1, LAN, and Sims 1, so it's been a while, and he's well aware of that. So you've been gaming, like, forever. For, like, 20 years. And he's not okay with it now? The moment you move into his home country, he suddenly feels like, oh, I can just change everything she likes because I don't like it. What the fuck? Why did you marry someone with this being their views? I'm married. My wife and I both game. He enjoyed gaming too, but says now he has other priorities, me and our future together, which I understand. No, that's part of your future together. Your hobbies. Although I never asked him to give up gaming. When he decided he wanted to buy a PS5, I encouraged him to do so. This was back when we were a long-distance relationship, so he has other things to do beside work. I married him because he knew this about me, and he says he loves every bit and quirk I have, gaming included. I guess he just thought that me moving here to Germany would flip a switch, and I too thought that maybe me moving my whole life to be with him would get him to understand how much gaming means to me. You don't gamble on that. You don't gamble on that. Did she, like, she should have lived with him temporarily before moving here. I hope she did. And if she did and he didn't show these signs, he's being manipulative. God, this makes me so angry. Why? Why on earth would moving to a different country suddenly make you forget about a hobby that you enjoy? This is on a level of naivety with, I thought having a baby would save our marriage. Dude, the amount of people who do that is terrifying. Also, what he said about gaming not helping your future, sawed right off. Red flags everywhere. Be careful. 100%. Bro watched Andrew Tate? Yeah, I guess so. He's got a master's degree from Hustlers University. Fucking asshole. Am I the asshole for refusing to give up my grandfather's rifle to my brother? Am I the asshole if I remove the coffee pot and grounds from the break room? I don't know. Am I the asshole for telling my friend's dad not to walk into my house uninvited? She's 17? Oh, no. No. I don't know if I want to read this. I, 17 female, and my friend, 17 female, hung out like we normally do at my house. She used to drive herself over, but she hit a deer and totaled her car. She was okay. Friend's dad drops and picks her up now, which was totally fine at first. He does this thing that I think is weird, where he will walk her up to the door, and walk up to the door to pick her up. This is also fine. It may be weird, but harmless. Recently, he's been rude, in my opinion. He picked up friend, and instead of doing the normal thing of knocking on the door and waiting for us to answer, he just walked in. Now, friend just walks into my house, but she has complete permission. Her father does not. I talked to my mom about it the first time, and she also thought it was very weird. Just earlier today, he came to get her, and he walked into my house. I said something along the lines of, "Did you just walk in? Did you even knock?" He said, "We don't respond when he knocks." So I said back that he could have texted or called, which he said we never reply. Not only is that not true, but he has the ability to ping her home through parental controls. Now he says I'm getting too defensive about him walking in and says we're doing something we shouldn't be. Ah, the classic parent excuse. You're the one doing something you're not supposed to be in here. No more locking the doors. No more shutting the bedroom doors. You're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. I truly think it's just weird and rude to walk into someone's house, not to mention a safety hazard without them opening the door for you when you don't have permission. He told friend he didn't trust her further, and he is obviously now iffy about her coming over here. Very luckily, if he doesn't allow her to come over, we only have a few more months until we're adults, but it would really suck. I don't know what to say or do anymore, but I think it's right on many levels. I don't think it's right on many levels to just walk into my house. Not even my house, but my mother's house. TLDR. Friend's helicopter dad walked into my house uninvited and without knocking and thinks I'm too defensive about it. Man, sorry to the friend. I just called 911 to be honest. I don't give a fuck who it is. Do not be walking into my house without permission. Yeah. There is one house that I walk into without permission, and that is my best friend's house. And me, my girlfriend, and our bestie have been best friends for years now. And we only walk in if we have previously communicated over text that we are coming. And we know that they're home. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. I hate that. So you're saying that your door doesn't have a lock? That's odd. I actually discussed this with my mom. My stepdad came home earlier and left the door unlocked when he left, and no, he's not the smartest. If your mom agrees that it's weird, she should bring it up to him, adult to adult. He's out of line. Yeah. Lock the door. That's why people lock their doors. Then no one can just walk in. Talk to your mom about it. Hopefully she will agree. Or have your friend ready at the pickup time and standing by or outside the door. Yes, but also that shouldn't be necessary. He shouldn't walk into the house that doesn't belong to him. Ever. He just shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have to lock your door, though. I know it's an odd world, but someone you know... My front door is never locked. My front door is open... Not open. My front door is unlocked from, like... I don't know, 10:30 a.m. until 12 a.m. every day. People are coming in and out constantly. My family's showing up and leaving, and people are driving to and fro. The door is never locked. Anyone could just technically walk in. I mean, no one does, but anyone could. That shouldn't even be something we have to think about. That shouldn't be a concern. That's wild. Not the asshole. Not locking your door doesn't mean people can just walk in. That's very much victim blaming. Thank you. Frankly, it's creepy for an adult man to walk into a house when only teenage girls are home who asked him not to do it. Doing it once is weird. Doing it after being asked not to? Asshole. Yep. An unlocked door means someone can physically walk on in. Back when we didn't lock our door as a practice, a neighbor's visitor got confused, walked into the unlocked door, saw us, realized his mistake, and left. We laughed. Yes, but that... Who cares if you can physically walk in? Dude, that's not... What? No. Not the asshole. Lock your doors and then he can't just walk in. Yeah, fair enough. 1. The father not trusting his daughter is an issue you cannot control or be involved in. 2. Your mother and stepfather need to say something to him about walking in uninvited. This isn't an issue you, as a young adult, should have to address with an adult parent or parent of a friend. Your parents need to handle this part. 3. My suggestions to make your friend more accessible to you, aka more easily trusted to come over. Encourage her to be responsive to his calls or alerts. Encourage her to be ready on the time and waiting for him. Do answer the door right away. Because you can doesn't mean you should. Yeah. You can do a hell of a lot of things without consent, but that doesn't mean you do them. The fuck? Am I the asshole for telling my husband to clean up dishes at a host's house? I don't know. I don't care. Am I the asshole for buying household items and keeping them in my room? No. Am I the asshole for not wanting to go on vacation with my mother-in-law? No. Am I the asshole for closing my roommate's window during the winter causing absolute mayhem? Interesting. If you have the heater on, the window should be closed because you are wasting gas and electricity and that costs money. So I'm going to say no, but I don't know. That one requires context. Am I the asshole for not refusing to acknowledge my stepdad as my dad? No, you are not. Am I the asshole for screaming at my dad about my toys? Okay. Throwaway account. I, 21 female, have a toy collection. Valid. Fair enough. I work while I study, and that gives me the freedom to buy things outside of my necessities, but I still live with them since it would be expensive for all of us if I moved out. My quote-unquote toys were 20 die-cast car models and 2 Formula 1 models. Very cool. None of them are that rare to find, but I find pleasure in seeing them stacked up on each other on display in my room. That's epic. Funko Pops are the same. I like Funko Pops. None of them are rare at all. They're cheap. Last year, my girlfriend gifted me an RC F1 Ferrari car for my birthday because she knew I loved F1 and Ferrari itself. Awesome. The RC car was pretty big, but it had a smaller counterpart in my room too. During a small renovation to our home, I had to bring my things out and into the living room. My dad saw the RC F1 car and asked why I had it and said that I should give it away to one of the younger kids since it would be a nice gift. No, it was a gift to her. He sounded like he was joking, so I laughed and told him no, and that it was my girlfriend's gift to me. Yeah. But then he pushed it, saying that it wasn't appropriate for a grown woman to have car toys. You wouldn't be saying this if it was a man. Shut the fuck up. I told him it wasn't his business, but if he wanted to, we could buy them a gift. He left me alone after that. That's weird. Why can't she have collectibles? What the fuck? Avid Funko Pop collector here. Some of them are actually rare and not cheap. Sorry to fact check. Well, some of them, but we're talking... Funko Pops are a dime a dozen. Production-wise, obviously, not purchase-wise. Purchase-wise, they're like $10 to $20 each. And there are thousands of them. So I'm sure there are, you know, some limited edition ones that are rare, but they're not known as like a rare or collector item, you know. I own several rare ones actually. That's pretty sweet. Hold on. My girlfriend has an original first run League of Legends Jinx Funko Pop she bought for one of her exes, and then because he loved League of Legends, and when that didn't work out, she took it back because it was still like in the packaging and everything, so it's still like collector's. It's still in collector's condition. I think that's probably the rarest Funko Pop we have. So yeah, that's cool. This was before they reworked her, so like she looks different. Oh, and then my girlfriend also has this Overwatch 1. Oh, please don't fall. Overwatch 1 cute but deadly Orisa figurine. Not a Funko Pop, but too reflective. Yeah. It is Overwatch 1, so they don't make these anymore, obviously, because Overwatch 2 Orisa is different. But yeah, my girlfriend played Overwatch since, I don't know, Season 2 of Overwatch 1. I never got to play Overwatch 1. I've played Overwatch 2, and it's okay. I know that everyone who played Overwatch 1 hates it, but as someone who never played Overwatch 1, it seems like a perfectly fine game, just not really my thing. Oh, nice. Yeah, she's got some cool stuff. I've just got, you know, I honestly don't want the rare ones. I don't want the special edition or limited edition ones. I want like the most generic ones because I'm just trying to capture the genuine spirit of the character because it's a character that I love and I want a collectible of them. So I don't actually like want any of the like the special limited edition stuff. I actually just want the standard version of the character, not holding anything or writing anything. So all of mine are like very generic, common ones. I don't have anything special. But that's okay. I like them. And they're 10 to 20 bucks and they make me happy. They take very little space. What a great collectible to be into. So this dad needs to shut the fuck up because he probably wouldn't be mad if this was a son who loved cars. And I know that's an assumption, but like, since when do we have a problem with people liking collectibles? Okay. The second was when he saw me reorganizing my room. The smaller scale cars were on display on my desk, while the RC car was on top of my dresser. My room is pretty small, so I made do with the space. He looked at the smaller cars and asked when I got them. I told him I'd been collecting since 2023, and that it wasn't bought all at once, since some of them we bought from Facebook Marketplace. He huffed that the toys should be given to the younger kids, and I told him that I will not do that since it was my collection. I told him that I'm more than happy to buy for them, but not the ones I have. We went back and forth until he got annoyed and left. Why does he care? My personal favorite is a $100 life-sized Groot. Oh, baby Groot. Though I have rarer, but he's like my child. For a second, I was thinking fully grown adult Groot, and I was like, $100 life-size Groot? Who did you steal this from? No, I got you. That's cool, dude. I like that. That's awesome. This morning, I came back to my room to get some of my smaller cars taken. From my desk I had displayed them on. There were 6 cars missing from my desk. The smaller F1 model was missing too. I rushed back to the living room to see him opening the display boxes while he was video calling a cousin with some of the cars. He was bragging that it was his birthday gift to him. Oh, that makes me so mad. I waited for the call to end before snatching all the cars and marching back to my room. He snapped at me for being spoiled and selfish. She bought them herself, or they're gifts from her girlfriend. And that I was acting like a child. You just stole her shit and said it was someone else's birthday present. What the fuck? Buy them another birthday present. Leave her shit alone. I ignored him and double-checked if I got all the cars. After I did, I stayed in my room and tried to calm myself down. I heard him and my mother fighting over what I just did, with him telling her that she was raising an ungrateful bitch. That's when I ran back to the living room and screamed back at him. He has no right to yell and berate my mother for the attitude I inherited from him. He was stunned, and he left shortly after. My mother told me that I should not have done that, but I only told her that I did it so he would stop shouting at everyone. Am I the asshole for screaming at my dad because of my toys? every emotion is valid. People need to recognize that just because an emotion is unpleasant to experience or to see does not make it an invalid emotion. Her anger and her upsetness that her dad intruded on her space, stole her things and promised them to someone else, and then called her an ungrateful bitch is valid. Even if it's not nice to see that anger is a real emotion just like happiness and sadness. And it needs to be felt and processed. And if the way she processes that is by fighting back, that's valid. She didn't hurt anyone. She didn't lash out. She wasn't violent. She talked back to someone who not only stole from her, but also insulted her and called her curses. Like, I think she's well within her right to scream. Not the asshole. I already know what's coming. Yep, there it is. As a woman who loves cars, I've run into this brand of sexism for far too long, and I'm so damn tired of it. Women get to like cars. We also get to enjoy models of cars. My personal favorite is the one I had painted to match my own car. Why, yes, I am biased. Your dad doesn't have the right to steal items you've purchased. He certainly doesn't have the right to steal the one your girlfriend gifted you. I'm concerned he's still going to, though, so you might want to find a way to keep them safe until things settle down. Yep, I am very glad that I am not the only one who immediately clocked that. Dad's got to go at this point. Honestly. Fucking hell. Not the asshole. Put a lock on your bedroom drawer and sit down and talk to your parents about the mutually beneficial part of this arrangement. Point out that it's never okay for someone to take someone else's property. You're not keeping anything illegal in their house, but you're starting to get the impression that maybe this arrangement isn't very mutually beneficial after all. Ask them flat out if they want you to move out. I wouldn't do that unless you're really ready to go. Not the asshole, and the screaming, that's standing up for yourself. Stop offering solutions like buying toys for your cousins. Your father is not interested in getting them toys. He wants to take your toys, give them away for free, and get a pat on the back. Yep. Not the asshole. Does your dad think that instead of toy cars, you should be collecting dolls, shoes, antique teacups? I'm surprised he accepts you're not straight since a woman's only purpose is to produce offspring. Signed, an almost senior citizen female who recently discovered Legos. I wouldn't say he's fully accepting. My girlfriend and him don't really talk, but he doesn't bother trying to change my mind because my mom fights with him. He has another straight kid beside me, so I don't think he's too worried about grandkids. I liked boyish things since I was a kid, but let most of them go since he's more traditional. Don't let any of them go. What the fuck? This dude is a sexist and apparently slightly homophobic asshole. He's a piece of shit who just stole your property. He stole from you. I don't care if it's in his home or whatever. He stole from you. That's crazy. Anyway, it is 12:06, so I think that will be enough Am I the Asshole for tonight. Because I do have to be up in less than 7 hours. Time for bed. Yes, sir. I saw that you commented on the Beast Games video. Thank you so much for being a part of that stream. I don't think that video would have happened if you were not there engaging with it. So thank you for that. That was fun. All right. Well, 'tis bedtime. So we will call the stream there. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Thank you to the silent stalkers. I do see you. I appreciate you. Also over on Twitch, I saw you too. Thank you. Woohoo! Glad to see a video. Big progress here. It's been inspiring. Yeah, man. It is big progress, and I really appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing your video. I'm definitely gonna watch it before I do anything with Kiosk. I'm excited to see that. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I'm excited to see your video too. That's awesome, dude. Train of thought is gone. It's time for bed. Thank you guys all so much for tuning into the stream today. Thank you for all of your chats. Thank you for interacting with the stream. Thank you, Runtum, back when we were playing Balatro. You're probably not here anymore, but there's someone stalking the stream, so who knows. Good night, Egghead. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will probably, if you're available, because I will be here, see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Y'all have a good night.